The show features adults using adult language and discussing mature topics. You have been warned.
Fungus.
Oh, hello.
Cordyceps.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Mystery of the Silver Fleet. As you can see, we have a very small squad today, so we're going to do a side quest in lieu of the epic moment that we had planned, because I really kind of feel like everyone should be here for that, because it's more fun the more people we have. You were in one of those already, Meriel, so you know how fun they can be. It's more fun the more people we have. So we'll do our awesome, fun, epic moment once everyone is here probably next time, hopefully. So, but in this particular instance, if you remember, everyone was all geared up for their big epic moment in their mech suits and everything to jump down into the planet surface of Martoth 19 once again. Only this time it was to take on a Redlock Titan class ship that they found wrecked inside an old lava tube that they missed on their initial scan because it's a lava tube. You have to know where to find them. It's not like they're just around in the open. But upon a scan of the surface of the planet, they did find a signal that came from the ship. So everyone is kind of waiting right now in space in the frigate that you have your freighter that's up there in space that's also conveniently a carrier because it's got all the doors for everything. So all your craft are with you. You brought everything. And everyone is currently kind of like prepped and ready to go. And then we will start the side quest. So props to anyone at home if you can catch the reference that this side quest is from, just from my description of the ship that will be involved. But if you can't catch the reference, I understand. It's a bit dated, perhaps, for people who are especially in their 20s. But all of you on the ship feel a strange wave of psychic energy, a wave of psychic energy that almost feels like a mild headache. And then it just goes away, but it seems to pulse through all like your whole being. Like it seems to just like a headache that just travels all the way down to your feet and then goes away. And you find some of your crew members are not conscious at this point. And the only people that is conscious are the ones here in this little group. The rest of the crew, including NPCs, all seem just unconscious. And even shocked to you, Locathion seems affected by it. He's out cold.
Oh dear. Does anyone know what that was?
All of a sudden, all of the radar readouts and everything from the ship all go blank. And you bring up visual for outside and everything looks pitch black, like there's suddenly nothing there. And you feel a weird pull, like the ship's being dragged somewhere.
Are we being abducted?
Wait. So we can't see stars. Can't see the planet that was just there. All our instruments are blank. We're inside the event horizon of a fucking black
I was gonna
hole.
say, is this event horizon?
And you feel a sudden thunk, like the ship just docked with something. All of you are kind of currently in the command center area where the ship is being steered from. That's where you were all kind of meeting up to talk about what you were going to do when you landed on the surface.
Well, Helix immediately activates her symbiote and to protect her. And then she actually goes around and all the people that are unconscious, she puts probably putting them into a full environment suit would be a bit too much work, but she puts just breathing equipment on them in case there's some kind of depressurization, so they can at least still breathe.
Okay.
Vacuum isn't fun either, but at least if you can still breathe, it's very survivable.
True.
I think Quetzalli and Meriel are the fastest of us that are still conscious. Would you two be able to scout the docking bay and see what's going on? Helix and I will try to make sure everybody gets in suits.
There are 4 possible docking bays that something could have docked with the ship. All 4 of them are on the upper level.
Are our internal cameras still working?
All internal cameras are still working, yes. External cameras show nothing.
So at none of the docking bays. Do I detect any hull breaches?
Nope.
Like somewhere where the hull got penetrated by like as if from a breaching pod or something.
Since we're up in command, is there any way there's like a button and I'm just like engineering, what's going on or anything?
Damage report.
Yeah, there's a general speaker that you can push that broadcasts through the ship from the captain's command center.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is anyone but the people that are currently on the bridge in aboard this ship?
You hear no response.
No. I mean, just in general.
Oh, yeah. You had most of the NPCs with you. Yeah, you had brought Locathion, you brought Captain Cobble, you brought what did I call him? I'm sorry. Go back to my NPC list. It's like 4 miles long. You also brought Grimes, which was the Earth Elemental, and oddly enough, he is also unconscious. You weren't sure he could go.
But they're all on the bridge.
They were all, all of you were on the bridge because you were all gathered here talking about your plan of what you were going to do.
Okay, I seal the bridge, and I vent the rest of the ship.
Okay, the rest of the ship has no atmosphere.
Or I should say depressurize. We don't want to lose all of that air.
Yeah.
So first, air goes on the tank, and then I open up.
Got it. Okay. The rest of the ship is now just the same as space.
As far as we know,
all of you are still inside the. You guys were, I'm assuming, still in the bridge area.
Yeah, as far as I know.
Okay.
That'd be very cruel of Dalgar being like, you should go out and check out the docks, and then Helix immediately like vents. They're sus.
I mean, she didn't just open everything. So it would actually take a moment of time because first all of the air needs to be like sucked out, put into a tank, and then like it's not just like, okay, we just open all doors into open space and just like lose all of that air. That would kind of suck.
Right. Yeah, no, it takes a little bit for the air to suck out of the other compartments, but you get an indicator on the ship's diagnostic system that shows all of the rest of the ship shows depressurized and in vacuum.
Okay. And then,
otherwise, nothing else seems to be happening at the moment, although the external cameras still show nothing. All of the external cameras show nothing.
Dalgar gets into one of those suits, and he gets everyone else into suits.
Okay. There's plenty of suits in here for everyone. You guys had just an absolute bucket load of extra life suits at one point, and I think you still have them all just in case because they're a dime a dozen, and they fall apart when you take damage. So
yeah, I pull up my screen.
I also assume that every ship probably has like probably everywhere, like every decent ship probably everywhere has like emergency life suits that you can just like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just in a room that, you happen to be, a lot of them happen to be the really crappy holographic ones, but hey, those don't weigh anything and they're easy to carry around and they fit any creature of any number of limbs. So it's convenient if you happen to have quadrupedal crewmates.
Yeah. It's just like open some wall panel and there's like a bunch of life suits there for emergency use.
Mm-hmm. They look like little pins that tag onto your shirt and you just go like that and it creates a holographic suit over you. Counts as a life suit until it takes damage. Then like all life suits, it's garbage. But so anyway, you all get life suited up and life suit up all of the rest of your crewmates, and there's still life suits to spare because, like I said, I think you had 30 something life suits, so there's plenty. Remember, you do have armored life suits. Those of you who wear armor, there is an armored life suit that you can wear. That you guys brought some of those with you. So,
or some of us just Helix and do the whole like what are they called? Water bears, which is like chill and vacuum.
Yeah, just crystallize your body and go into stasis.
I just remembered before we went on this venture, Dalgar actually did get himself some armor, so he does have armor on, but it's like Obi-Wan Clone Wars armor. So it's like he's got armor, but it's not like fully covered.
I love it.
Yeah.
So you all put on some kind of life suit and head out into the rest of the ship. Oddly enough, it's not space, like completely vacuum like out here. There's no atmosphere. Your suit tells you that, but it feels weirdly heavy, as if there's still gravity somehow.
Proceed towards the
Like-
closest docking bay then.
Okay. You proceed to
Somebody,
the closest
somebody's
docking.
definitely a puppy.
I was just about to say, I hear the dog freaking out.
Helix would actually stay on the bridge and just like monitor the internal cameras, because that's what we still have, to see if like
Right.
there's anything there. Oh, also she would check if she can actually track the movements of the ones that left the bridge through the cameras.
Yep.
Okay, so they do
if-
appear on there.
Yeah, your friends all appear on the
Okay,
cameras.
okay, that's at least
All
something.
of the rooms in the ship, after you vented them, all look oddly shadowy. Not like there's no light in them at all, just that there was more shadow than there was before.
Almost like a black inky, just like no light
Yeah,
kind of thing.
mhm. Yeah, but there's still light in the room if there was light in that room. But the camera suddenly looks like it's just a shade darker. Like all of a sudden someone had changed over to a much lower resolution and everything looks shittier. It's kind of like that. And you definitely know it's not the camera resolution. There's something going on. You see them walking around on the deck of the ship like there's no problem. Like there's still somehow gravity, even though there definitely shouldn't be.
I will confirm. Is everybody else going with me looking around, or are they going to stay there?
Well, I thought Meriel and I were gonna go and scout somewhere.
Okay.
Ah.
You and Meriel scout out while Delgar and Helix were getting the people in suits. So you and Meriel find out the second docking bay, Quetzalli and Meriel, sorry. Quetzalli and Meriel find out the second docking bay has something docked there.
Okay.
Outside of the docking bay is definitely some sort of kind of gold sheen to the outside of this craft. It looks golden somehow.
So that's certainly something.
You don't know what material this is. You have absolutely no idea what metal this is, and you've never seen it before. Ever.
Dalgar, once you two would bring this news to us, Dalgar would, on the speakers, would say something along the lines of, "You are intruding on our ship. Please leave immediately, and there will be no violence here."
You get no response.
Something along those lines. I'm not good with words.
Right, yeah. You get no response. It looks as though you could open the hatch of whatever is docked there, though.
Do we have what's that thing called? Our ship doesn't have an AI.
No, every time I asked someone if they wanted one, nobody could decide which one they wanted, so
Yeah.
there isn't one.
Okay. Never mind then. I was gonna ask if we could like scan for any like life signs or anything, but
A163RT is still awake.
Alert's still awake.
It was either the British quippy butler like AI or a super hot female AI, and no one could decide which one.
Yeah, pretty much.
What if we fuse that?
But yeah, A163RT is still awake. He can scan things if you use a technology check on him so that he can create the scanning device.
I can try and do that. What's technology again? Intelligence, right?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Remember, he's a walking toolbox. He can be whatever tool you need him to be.
Well, I rolled a 6, so.
Now nobody get any funny ideas what to do with them here.
A 6. Well, you know what? A scanner is kind of a basic tool, so I'll say you do it.
Oh, cool.
If there were anything more than a scanner, then no.
Yeah.
Screwdriver, no. Scanner, all right, yeah.
All right, fine.
Scanner's pretty much, you point it that direction, you press the scan button.
Right. A163RT scans it, and a little like a ray of light kind of comes out, and some particles of him kind of mist over towards the ship and then come back. And he looks over to the group of you and goes, "This craft is composed of no known element.
Okay.
Whatever
cool.
made this craft is definitely alien in nature." And my databanks contains information from this universe and my universe. Neither universe contains this particular arrangement of molecules. I can replicate it, but it would take some time. Also, it contains partially organic material.
Yeah, that figures.
Are you
Well-
saying it's coming like from somewhere else?
It's paracausal. Is that the word? I heard
It does
in the-
not appear to be intradimensional. It is made of things that could come from this universe. It is just not arranged in a particular assortment of atoms I am used to seeing.
What check would this be for this investigation?
Nature.
Nature?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Okay. 9.
9. Yep, it's definitely a ship, all right. It's smooth, possibly metallic-like, but something about it seems biological.
Well, I guess we should go inside. Are we going inside?
Is there any way we could vent it? Might be a trap.
It's attached to the side of the ship. We would need to go into the other craft to detach it.
I mean, if we open it from our side and don't like close the airlock, it will be vented through our ship.
That's true.
Because our ship is currently, there's no pressure inside. So like even if it's not like currently, it would be vented.
I am detecting
close this
breathable
stuff.
atmosphere on the other half of the door. It also appears to be pressurized. Similar pressure to that of Earth, oddly enough.
It seems like we have no choice. In order to get rid of it, we have to go inside it.
Okay. Well,
Helix is like, I could like go outside, take a look from the outside.
does it have viewports?
I know. No,
What?
what's docked with you just looks like a big golden, like kind of golden sheen to it, and there's a hatch that has a weird like square where you would put your hand on it.
That sounds like a good idea, Helix, but be careful.
All right. Yeah, Helix. First of all, one thing I wanted to check still is so on our like our out cameras, like our that like look into space, do they don't see anything at all, including our own ship?
Yes.
Okay, so they're completely blind.
Yes.
Okay, that is interesting to know. Because if it was like, okay, everything, like we can't see anything but our own ship, it would be like a very different application.
Right. Yeah. No, you can't even see the hull on the exterior of your own ship.
Right. I go to one of the airlocks that I opened and
Okay.
well, take a look outside. Actually,
There's nothing.
I look where basically our outer hull will be.
Mm-hmm.
I assume I don't see anything.
Yep. Nothing. You see
Helix-
blackness.
Helix,
Literal blackness.
Helix goes back and is like, well, that's a no-go because I'm not sure I could actually find it from the outside.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll do the thing.
There is no light outside, effectively.
That's vaguely disconcerting, but I can't fix the stars, so Quetzalli just slaps her hand on the thing.
Okay.
Did we
As you put
somehow
your
get
hand
into
on
the
the
event
thing-
horizon of a black hole without getting torn to pieces? Is that what is happening here?
Either that or the craft is generating some type of field that is surrounding it. And we happen to have been fallen into it somehow.
That could be it. All right, I'll meet you at the docking bay. And I
All right,
walk over to
Helix,
the
you meet
others.
over there, and you get there just as Quetzalli is just like, and just puts her hand right on the scanner, and the scanner has a little red bar that goes and scans your handprint, and a series of odd symbols appear, and you hear a which is no known language. And the door goes and literally like almost like falls into itself.
Oh.
And behind the door is a green hallway that looks like it's moldy, but it's not moldy. It's clearly metal of some sort. And it's kind of got like a runny appearance to it, like this. The hallway is kind of runny, on green runniness to the walls and the floors and the ceiling. All of it looks to be made of the same smooth, kind of runny green texture.
Yummy.
Interesting.
Well,
That's the only thing A160 says.
Well, there's no corpses yet, so that's a good sign.
Wants to go first?
Dalgar steps
Helix. Okay, Dal goes first.
You go in. It feels odd in here, as if the ship itself were energized.
Dalgar will Keanu Reeves that line right back to everybody.
Whoa.
Feels kind of weird in here. Like this whole place is energized.
All right. I do have a map for this. Okay.
Anything else? Is there anything else I'd see in here?
In this particular entrance, you see looks to be some sort of like doors in the floor, like cargo doors would open there, maybe to a cargo hold that's underneath. It looks to be a large open room, and the large open room has a door on the right-hand side. Oh no, sorry, straight ahead. And the doors are on the floor straight ahead of you. And the room you're in kind of looks like a V. You're at the doorway that's at like what would be this part of the ship, and it goes this way. So like the room widens that way in like a V shape.
Can I roll a perception check for maybe not traditional D&D traps per se, but maybe like a hidden ambush or like a hatch into ceiling where like a gun turret could pop out or something? You know, potential dangers in the room.
What's your perception?
My passive is 17.
17. Okay. You find the cargo bay doors on the floor are very well hidden. And while they were easily perceivable because of your high perception, you think if someone walked into this room and just kind of blatantly wandered around, they may very easily not see those doors on the floor. On either of the walls appear to be the ship's external weapons system, which all of you can identify as Scorchers. This is a mega fire weapon that the craft has on its exterior. It shoots a giant concentrated heat laser.
So
the room seems
organics.
The room seems clear.
And there is a door in the middle of the far wall.
You said there's so there's a door in the far wall, but you said there's also like hatches
a
on
large cargo bay door in the middle of the floor. Now you can walk around it. It's easily walk around it.
Is it wide open or is it currently closed?
No, it's closed.
Okay. Do I see any obvious areas where it would be opened, like a console for pressing a button to open a hatch?
Not in this room.
Are there generally do there seem to be any instruments alive?
Nothing in this room seems to be instrumental.
However,
as Dalgar steps into the room didn't appear to be very well lit before. It had just basic red lighting that a lot of ships have for emergency purposes. The minute Dalgar walked in, the entire room illuminated. You don't see a light source.
I was actually just about to ask that. Like, what's the lighting situation?
Right, no. The minute you walk in, the place goes from dull red to brightly illuminated. Not like blinding, but like just illuminated enough that you can see the whole room, which doesn't do anything for the green walls. It makes them look worse. Then they look shiny now, and it looks like a shiny green lumpy wall. It's very weird.
Dalgar cautiously goes over to the room on the other side of the warehouse. Thing. Room, place. I don't know.
And you
It
notice
touched
the
the wall.
exterior, as the
Mhm.
lights kind of brightly illuminate, the exterior of the craft is like a golden, like almost like a goldish copper color. You get better view of it after the whole room just like boom, lights come in, and as it lights up, the darkness that was flooding into your ship ever so grainy, like kind of like my really bad video camera right now. It looks like real dark and grainy. That's how all the cameras look. Well, when you're in the room that this darkness is in, because you vented your ship, it looks like this too. But as the light comes in, it's like someone just turned a light switch on. So you can see this like coppery look to the outside. The outside of the craft looks extremely smooth, like polished smooth as well, I should say. The inside does not look so smooth. The wall actually looks like lumpy metal.
I do touch the lumpy metal.
It feels warm. Not like hot warm, like body temperature warm, 90 degrees
I
Fahrenheit.
see.
Sorry.
But it is actually like it does feel like metal generally, just warm metal, or
It just feels
it's not
like-
like squishy or okay.
Feels like metal, but it feels like as warm as someone's body. Like if you were to just put your hand on someone's bare skin, feels like that, but it's metal. And who here is psychic?
Me.
Me.
Everyone but Meriel. Awesome.
I am very psychic. I have 2 feats in
Okay.
psychic, so
All of you pick up an immense psychic energy somewhere in the ship. Something just immensely psychic is here. You don't know what it is. Meriel, it feels weird in here.
Okay.
Feels tingly in the head. That kind of weird. Like your brain is tingly. You're not sure you like this feeling.
like you took your brain in the jar, and the jar is filled with seltzer.
Also.
Is
Yes, just like
the-
that.
So is this psychic source within 30 feet?
No.
Okay.
This room is more than 30 feet in length. This room is like probably 60 feet.
As I carefully head over to that door,
Okay, the one on the far wall.
does anything happen with it? And when I say carefully,
you-
I'm like to think I'm constantly dodging action, I guess.
Yeah, like looking around and waiting for something to happen.
Mhm.
As you get close to the door, you don't even have to reach for it. The minute you get within a foot or two of the door, it goes and slides into the wall. And the next room behind it, you can see. And this room behind it looks to be a sick bay. You can see different tables and stuff arranged on it. You would go here to get fixed if you were sick.
Wow, this bay looks pretty sick.
That's a terrible joke, Dalgar.
I liked it.
I apologize. It's how I cope with fear. He just turns around, smiles, and he walks in.
As you walk in, the room immediately illuminates, just like the last room. Unlike the last room, though, this room does have instruments and paneling in it, the controls in it. The controls actually come out of the wall, and the different tables and chairs and stuff you would see in a sick bay all seem to move and arrange themselves perfectly, as if Dalgar could sit or lay down on any one of them,
Can
and
I?
they would fit perfectly.
This is gonna be a stretch, but can I roll like a history check for like the craft of this, the interior of the ship?
You sure can.
Like, is this a specific alien craft, like something I would have seen before? Probably not with the 16.
Is this going to be another bug hunt, sir?
Perhaps.
Might be the huts, which would be even worse. It probably
It
explains
sounded
why
like
the
a
doors
very
are.
unquetzalli thing to say.
Well, not really. I mean, she's all about references, so.
Fair.
Quetzalli also almost got completely consumed by that creature, so I don't blame him for being pretty cautious.
Well, yeah. What was your history?
Oh, 16.
16? It sounds vaguely reminiscent of a particular scientist that went by the name of Drevin Nerovus Anthwanir.
Drevin Nerovus Anthwanir.
The design sounds like a craft you heard rumor that he was making, a craft that each room was adaptable to whoever walked into it. And if you're not in the room puts itself away. So the room is empty when you're not in it.
I step back out of the room.
All of the instruments and stuff fold into the wall, then lights go out. But the door is still open because you didn't walk away from the doorway. And if you walk away from the doorway a little bit, like you're stepping back away from it, it closes. The door is made of the same metal as the exterior of the ship. However, the walls are not. The door is that copper gold kind of look to it.
Helix, can you step in that room?
Sure. I walk into that room.
Do I notice anything that different when Helix walks in?
The entire room comes to life and everything looks as though it has sized and fit itself so that Helix could comfortably sit in or lay down on any of the tables or benches in this room.
Cool.
I remember Helix was kind of shorter than
Yes.
Dalgar, so
Yeah.
The back of all the chairs is suddenly just ever so smaller than what it was when Dalgar was in there. As if Helix could still lean their head back into the chair and fit comfortably where the top of the chair would be.
Dalgar then steps in and sees if it changes at all. Since we're
Several
both
of the
in there.
chairs and one of the tables adjust so that you could fit into several of the other chairs and one of the tables.
It appears that... I'm sorry, I already forgot the name of him, so I'm just going to call him the Doctor. The Doctor had completed his
was his
work.
first name.
Revan?
Drevin.
Dreven.
Drevin.
I was about to say Revan. Oh boy.
You would probably just say his first name. Or Dr. Anthwanir.
Dreven. He was working on making it so different rooms and different pieces of furniture and whatnot could size themselves and shape accordingly with whoever's in there. Seems to match his studies. But what's the ship doing out here?
You know, he was a scientist formerly from a planet that humans lived on called Earth.
He's from some planet called Arth.
Meriel, you've heard of Earth. Nobody goes there.
Shithole.
Terrible place.
It's filled with a bunch
Mostly
of...
because it's filled with replacers.
Oh, I thought you were because it's filled with a bunch of idiots.
No, it's filled with places. All the idiots left.
I mean, I have an elf that has a bunch of dirty humans on it.
Yeah.
I thought it would be it's a place ruled by white mice, and they made it clear that they don't want any company by anyone.
They don't want any visitors. Yeah, no. As much as I would love to reference Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, I went to Danger Mouse for some reason in my head.
No. Good reference, though. But no. Yes, so this is the sick bay. There is a door to your left, a door in front of you, and a door to the right.
Well, good Saya warriors go left, so...
Is there
Yeah, that
anything existing bay that we could use?
Oh, there's a lot of medical equipment. If any of you were injured or sick in any particular way, this equipment looks as though it could cure quite a bit of ailments. You're not sure if it could cure the Xenoplague, but it could cure just about anything else. Lots of different medical equipment in here. If you had a medical degree or some sort of medicine skill or doctor skill of any kind, this would be the room to use it in.
Medicine skill, you say? I don't have medicine.
As you go towards the door to the left, it opens up to an area that looks like a laboratory of some kind. In the other half of straight ahead of you in the room kind of goes in an L shape. So you can see straight ahead, and there's part of the room that goes to the right. Wait. Yes, it's my map orientation here. As you go into the room, there's some strange area that's slightly raised up off the floor. There's several discs on the floor in this raised area and a control panel. And as you come into the room, everything illuminates and lights up, and the control panel has all sorts of different, very weird symbols on it that all illuminate as you come into the room.
Are the symbols in this language I'm sending you now? Probably not. The stretch.
Some of them are. Not all of them, but some of them are. There's a lot of buttons on this panel, like a lot of buttons. These buttons look digital too, as if each button has like a screen on it that can change.
Huh.
I do not mess with that, but what else is in the room?
Do you say that out loud?
No.
You just don't mess with it and look around the room.
Yeah.
It looks to be a laboratory of some sort. There is a...
Sorry, Dalgar isn't the kind of person that's just like, I'm going to say things about what I'm thinking out loud.
There is a life pod in this room right next to that strange raised floor.
Oh, thank you, critical cantrip, for the follow.
The life pod looks built into the wall.
Is the life pod empty?
This particular life pod is not.
Uh-oh.
Do you walk into the room more?
Of course.
Okay. As you walk into the room more, you see that this room has a bank of 4 life pods in it. There are a lot of bunk beds at the far end of this big L-shaped room, as if that is where everyone would go sleep. And as you come into the room and turn the corner to look that way, the bunk beds all sort of come out of the wall. And they all look oddly very comfortable, even though they're almost suspended out of the wall by what seems to be nothing. They all have a neat little light for reading that pops up over top of where the pillow is, where it could provide a safe light to read from if you were to lay in bed and read. Not that anyone does that, but you could. And it looks to be rather comfy. 3 of the life pods in this room are empty. One of them is occupied.
Hello?
So who's the Sleeping Beauty?
You walk over it, and it looks to be the life pod specifically states that the particular individual in the life pod is deceased. However, it says sealed on the life pod's controls. So you're not sure if you're able to release whoever or whatever was in there. It looks to be a human male, at least in its particular arrangement.
Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Well, I don't think we would want to gain some kind of disease. Maybe that's why it's
No.
contained.
Well, if it was contained, wouldn't we already be infected? Like, if they had some sort of outbreak on this ship.
Language detected. Adjusting. You hear from the ship you're standing in.
Hello.
You look around the room, and the control panel that you were looking at that had like a couple different languages on it, all the buttons go away and come back, and suddenly they're in a language that all of you can read.
Hey, comment.
That's useful.
What do the buttons say? Self-destruct, disintegration beam to the
Do
person.
you walk over to the control panel and look?
I guess I do now.
Really well.
All right, you go over to the control panel. It is a large gray control panel, as if it were made of stone almost. It's very clearly a metal of some sort, but it almost seems rock-like in its construction. The whole platform you're standing on also seems that way. These strange discs on the floor look as though if you stood in them, something or whatever it is could contain you within whatever this circle is. So they're big enough that they're, maybe 5 feet in diameter, each of these 5 circles. And as you approach the control panel looks to be a sort of different, it looks like basic information: hair color, weight, muscle mass, bone density. And it has a bunch of other stuff here that looks very medical related. If you were a doctor, you might know what all of these things say, or if you have a good medicine check.
Oh shit, I forgot everybody on our ships are unconscious. I was gonna say maybe we could have streamed a video back to Dr. Tepish, but she's probably asleep.
Dr. Tepish wasn't on your ship. She's still on the ring world. But you could technically call her from your wrist communicator and video chat her in.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna do that.
We have technology.
Oh wait, communication still works?
Yours do. You don't know why. They didn't before you got on the ship. Now they do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm calling Dr. Tepish. I don't know nothing about medicine, so.
Communications array activated. As you do activate the phone thing and you have to call Dr. Tepish, you're like, it just seems to have come from around you.
Thank you, strangely deep computer voice.
We appreciate you.
Appropriate gesture initiated.
Okay.
You're not really sure what that means.
I also don't know what that means. I don't know if I want to know what that means.
Yeah.
And the call goes through perfectly. Dr. Tepish looks very confused as she answers her wrist communicator. Hello?
Hello, doctor. We have some questions.
I'm not even going to ask how in the blue blazes you managed to call me when galactic communications are down.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to tell you other than the weirdness.
I
Anyway,
guess
we're on.
Right.
I guess the verse is just filled with surprises.
Yeah, what dog
Hopefully good surprises. What's going on?
We found a ship, and by found I mean it kind of ran right into us.
Oh,
And it has this weird med tech, I think, and I don't know what it is, but I figured
you
might,
immediately
so.
see that she's interested. Oh, please do continue.
Okay, well, here you go, and Quetzalli will just move the
He kind of
camera.
show her the device, and she looks at it and she goes, astonishing. Is that what I think it is?
I don't know. What do you think it is?
A genetic recombinator.
Oh,
It can reorganize the DNA of whoever is standing in one of those circles on the floor.
oh,
You could basically turn them into anything. You could turn someone into a chicken. You could turn them into a hamster. All sorts of different things.
Sounds quite dangerous.
Helix backs up from the thing a little bit.
Oh, it's only if you happen to push that big button in the top corner that says begin.
You mean this one? No, okay.
so I could
Turning
change
everyone
my
into
genetic-
rodents.
I could change my genetic structure into something totally different. I could be a
Yes.
dragon instead of a snake.
Providing you fit in the ship, yes.
Cool.
Sounds like it could be highly unstable. Only the slightest different change, a little glitch, could turn you from a dragon into a heaping blob of inside-out grossness.
Very
Yeah.
easy to mess up, yes. Without
Well,
my expertise there, I would not recommend using it.
Okay, well, I won't touch it too much then.
What is
do you
that
wanna-
wall made out of? I've
I
never
don't
seen
know.
that material before.
Yeah, neither have we.
It looks moldy. Is it moldy?
I don't know. Hold on, let me touch it. Quetzalli goes and runs her hand along.
It feels lumpy, but it feels metallic, and it also feels warm. Kind of like you put your hand on a human body, it feels warm like a human.
Well, unless mold can be metal and hot, I'm gonna go with no.
That is weird.
Yeah.
I guess keep exploring the ship. If you find
Okay.
any other weird medical equipment, let me know, but I would not touch that thing.
Okay. Do you want us to save the genetic recombinant and blah, 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 blah for you?
I would very much like to see it if the ship is pilotable back to the ring world at some point.
All right.
Well, however you pilot the thing, it looks to be like nothing I've ever seen before.
Well, I think it's kind of attached at the hip to our ship, so
Well, at the very least, you need to figure out what it's doing then.
yeah.
Well, first we need our fucking sensors back.
Also, yeah, that's another thing. And maybe you, I don't know, you're like a medical doctor, but maybe your wife is like she's like a scientist kind of doctor.
She is very much familiar with living creatures.
Cool. I don't know about living creatures, but all the stars are gone.
That sounds like a question for Dr. Under.
Who?
I can see these three. Hang on a minute.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Dr. Wiley.
I guess I'll patch him in. Hang on.
Okay.
At least the ring world's communications still work internally. Thanks to Overseer. And she goes like this, and her picture goes away, and Dr. Under is there. Oh, hello.
Hello.
What seems to be the problem?
Well, long, dirty, short version is we found a ship found us when we were out here, and it all the stars are gone.
All the stars are gone.
It
So
seems
when
to
you
be
look on the external camera, there's nothing.
yes, it's not just the stars. It seems all light is being swallowed by some kind of field.
It sounds like something is warping space. I've heard of this. There was a doctor that was working on this, a scientist of sorts. He was a master geneticist, but also just a very brilliant mind when it came to all sorts of things. I can't remember his name.
Devin?
Do you mention the name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just say you mentioned the name without having to repeat the ridiculously long name.
Dr. Devin Schmigen Schorna Min Jensen?
Shorty
That's it.
Man Jensen.
That's him. He created that craft. It was a very brilliant mind. It's only rumor, though. No one's ever seen it.
Okay. Well, we're seeing
It
it.
was said to be capable of warping space.
Well, whatever it's done, we're the only four that are still conscious from our vessel, and it seems to have knocked off our propulsion systems.
Also, probably of important note, I don't mean to cut you off there, Delgar, but there's also like a huge amount of psychic energy coming from this thing.
Oh, well, that's well outside my degree of expertise. There's no one here I know that would know nothing about that.
I
I
feel
could
like
ask that crazy bug lady, but I haven't seen her around in a while.
You hear in the background, mushrooms.
Oh, wait, there she is.
that's unsettling. I was gonna say I feel like the experts on psychic phenomena might be me and Delgar here. So
Probably, to be honest.
Moon shrooms for the moon god.
You hear in the background. All right, I gotta go. She's not allowed to be in my lab. If you have any other weird engineering questions, or if I figure out what the heck that craft did, I'll call you back.
Can I borrow
Also,
your
how are you
finger?
calling me? Nothing is supposed to work.
we don't really know.
That's probably related to whatever your psychic problem is.
Yeah, probably.
Because nothing should work.
I'm just gonna assume horrible monsters and death. So
It seems to fit the rest of the place. Those walls look disgusting.
yeah. All right.
Well,
have fun kicking. Have fun kicking Deborah out of the.
yeah,
the
I gotta go. No, don't put mushrooms over there. Sure. And then the camera turns off.
Well, perhaps
okay.
we should find where the command center is. Yeah.
We should probably find like the bridge or something. Maybe they'll have a record.
There is a door at the far end of the room. On the, what is your right hand side?
All right. Well, Delgar, you went through a door first, and so did you, Helix. So I guess I'll go through this one first. If I get eaten by a weird bug,
You're not going to.
well, it happened once, so
You walk over to the door, and as you walk to the door, it, like all the other doors, just slides open, and you can see a pretty blank-looking room on the other side. Doesn't look like anything particularly exciting's in there.
There's nothing in here.
As you walk into the room, however, a couch, a lounge area, and a table appear.
I take it back. I found the lounge.
Cool.
It is a big circular couch where people could sit on any angle of it and face each other and have a conversation.
Did the doctor have any alcohol as I step into the room?
You step into the room and you don't, in this particular room, see any place to make any alcohol. But you do see where one could sit one because there's several tables.
Darn. I was hoping it would just conveniently, like a bar would just like...
There is a door right ahead of you to the right and to the left.
Okay. Well, I feel like we're pretty safe on this ship, all things considered. Do we want to try and split and see if we can cover more ground?
I believe we should, if we do split up, we should keep in teams of 2.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, there's 4 of us, so it should be pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
How about you and me, Helix?
Sure.
Okay, come on, sister that I just met like a week ago.
Calling right now.
It'll be some good catching up for you two.
Who goes where?
Dalgar and Helix, right?
Yeah, we'll take the left.
Okay. We will go with Dalgar and Helix first. You two walk into the room, and this room, as it comes to life, appears to have it appears to be the engineering room. There's a shield generator in here, and it looks like controls for activating some sort of shuttle that the craft has. There's even a little door on the floor, like it looks like a hatch that you could like go down into. Maybe the shuttle is attached below this room. It's hard to tell.
Go to open the hatch.
It looks to be a shuttle. There's a standard issue shuttle underneath this.
Okay, no reason to go in it, so I close it.
There's a shield generator in this room, and looks to be controls for engineering the rest of the ship.
I go to check out the controls.
As you come over to the control panel adjusts itself to common. There is a weird thing in the middle of this room that this sort of like you would think a dark matter reactor would be contained in, but it's very weird looking. And this kind of like sphere of just seemingly infinite darkness is just like suspended in this glass chamber, and a vast amount of energy is coming out of this thing. Incredible amounts of power. This looks to be the reactor, but you've never seen a reactor like this. Helix, you have no idea what the hell this thing is. It looks like a dark matter reactor, but you're like, what in the hell is this? It's clearly the reactor. You can tell because everything kind of seems to be coming to life around it as far as energy goes, but damn, that's a lot of power. This thing is well beyond any dark matter reactor you've ever seen.
Can I roll some check to see what the heck this thing is?
Sure. Technology check.
Technology.
I'm going to turn the light on because it's becoming increasingly dark in this room.
Yeah, you're getting spoopy.
Spooky.
Getting spoopy looking. All right. Now I can see. It's so much easier to read with lights.
What's our proficiency bonus right now? 3?
10th level.
Oh no, it's
I think
4.
so.
There it is.
No.
Just trying to find it. 19.
19. This is very clearly the reactor. However, this doesn't appear to be normal matter. Whatever this reactor is using some sort of strange, almost void-like matter. Like antimatter, maybe? It's hard to tell.
Not dark matter? Because that's what dark matter is.
Matter.
Dark matter.
Dork matter.
It's definitely not dark matter. It's surely not dork matter.
Dork
but
matter.
it is definitely some sort of like strange energy. It's very hard to tell. As you and Helix are both psychic, there is definitely some resonant psychic energy coming from the reactor.
Perhaps this fuel is sentient in at least some form. Helix, what do you make of this?
So I recognize like psychic energy coming from the reactor itself.
Yep.
I try to connect psychically with the reactor.
Okay. You try to connect psychically to the reactor and succeed. You feel a voice in your mind, a voice that sounds exactly like the one you heard in the ship. What is your purpose?
To seek the Holy Grail.
Fucking hell. Helix just wants to say hello, and this thing comes with the existential questions here. What the shit?
What is your favorite color?
Yeah. Only
That would
less,
be easier.
less hobbly.
What is color but a different spectrum
Helix,
of light?
Helix is a bit. What is yours?
I am unsure. We were created. We do not have a purpose. We are what we are.
I am who I say I am.
Okay, so this thing is not gonna go all Reaper on me, right?
I am Harbinger. Do not shoot an entire fleet's artillery blasts on me from orbit.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get the Harbinger voice back.
Actually, no, that
I
wasn't.
am assuming direct control.
Wow, yeah, holy shit. God, I gotta play
Yeah.
Mass Effect again.
I can. If you ever need a monster or like a weird eldritch horror, I can do that voice.
That's awesome.
I can also do the grunts from Gears of War and elites from Halo.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Stupid talents you learn you have.
Hey, it's still a really cool talent. I can do a low voice, but I don't know if I can go that low.
What?
Yeah, the only thing missing is like that reverberation.
Yeah.
If I can get the
resounded,
reverb going.
Right.
That effect of like, yeah, no, you can tell like the voice isn't just like, you can't just hear it, you feel it.
Yeah.
Helix? Because
Yes?
like at this point you're like, you've just been talking with that.
Helix turns to Daga. What is our purpose?
That is a question that could never be truly answered from the verse.
Currently, it's to stop the replacers from wiping out the universe and put an end to the galactic ooze.
I believe
But that's more of a quest.
I'm gonna roll insight. Why not?
Helix does like you can speak with the reactor, by the way. I think you're better used, like you're the warrior poet here or whatever.
Telepathy 60 feet. Hello there.
No,
You actually heard
General Dalgar, you are a bold one.
You actually heard Dalgar say that in your mind, as if there's some now connection between you through the ship.
Oh, between all of us?
Appropriate greetings. Yeah, you all hear this now, like with you two anyway that have connected. Quetzalli and Meriel don't hear this yet.
Oh, okay.
You're like, what? No, you don't hear anything.
What has brought you here to our ship?
Travel. Your ship was in our path. We apologize. Were there damages?
Not any that we've seen, but the only damages to our hull. However, it seems that you have knocked most of our crew unconscious.
Apologies. Latent energy created by the void field. The void matter reactor creates a field of energy that warps space around the craft. I do not move through space. I move space around me.
Interesting.
Futurama.
So is that how we're able to send messages to the other side of the verse, even though most of the arrays are down, is because you're folding space around us?
Correct. I merely folded space around your communications.
Was there any designation for that life pod the guy was in, or person? Deceased thing was?
You didn't see one.
Did you have any passengers on your ship?
There was but one, the creator.
What happened to him?
He died of age. I have kept him as memorial. As I'm sure you would keep one that created you as memorial in some fashion that is appropriate.
I apologize. And I empathize.
No harm was done. All right, while this conversation is happening, let's go over to Meriel and Quetzalli.
I'm thinking of questions because Dalgar definitely likes
who
talking.
have waltzed into the main control room. You see life supports, communications arrays, sensors, and a small probe activation center in this room, as well as a giant piloting system in the front. This very weird looking chair looks quite odd indeed. There's comfortable armrests for you to just kind of put your arms at a nice comfortable distance to whoever gets close to the chair first. It adjusts to you. And it looks to be a little hat you put on while it's connected to the chair that you put on while you're sitting there.
Well, I've never flown a spaceship, so I think this is more your deal there.
And I was just about to ask.
So no psychic powers, huh?
No. Not really.
Weird.
I think that runs on mom's side of the family.
Okay, well.
Don't need them anyway. Psychic
Yeah.
power bullshit.
I guess.
You do feel some latent psychic energy, Quetzalli, coming from the chair. Meriel, the chair feels tingly.
I was
in your
gonna
head.
say, fun fact.
Your brain
that
feels
chair is-
tingly when you get close to it.
That's got some psychic in it.
I wonder how it would feel with someone who isn't psychic.
I don't know. Why don't we find out? I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right?
As long as we're having fun. I moved to sit in the chair.
All right. You sit in the chair. It's rather comfy, and the metal cap fits conveniently, nice and comfortably on your head. It doesn't seem to obscure anything or even mess your hair up that much.
Wow.
Any more than a hat normally would. And you feel a voice in your brain almost instantly. And the voice in your brain, Meriel, says, piloting system activated. Dalgar and Helix also hear that.
Well, they know what we're doing.
I guess, yeah.
And you instantly see outside of the blackness, outside the craft. You can see that your craft is like attached to this larger craft. And you see almost in your mind, and it's very weird, as if you were able to move around the outside of the craft and look at it, that this craft is like a large oblong kind of copper shape. And it has these weird like designs around the outside that look like tubular almost, and the whole craft is just unlike anything you have ever seen before. The front of the craft has a very, very, very brilliantly designed docking bay, which is attached to your craft.
Quetzalli, this looks insane.
Yeah, like good insane or like, oh god, we're all gonna die insane.
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of new. I've never seen a ship like this before.
Okay. Well, what does it look like? We didn't really get a good look at it. Is it organic?
It looks veiny, but like in a metal way.
Oh.
He could be considered organic. You hear in your head, Meryl.
Excuse me.
What? I didn't say anything.
No,
He
the voice
could
in my
be
head said
considered
something.
organic.
I'm sorry, the voice in your head?
The hat's talking to me.
Oh, cool.
Do you attempt to reach out psychically to the hat?
Yeah, I'll try and reach out to the voice in her head.
All right. You reach out to the voice in your head. Congratulations, everyone. You're all part of a psychic network.
Whoop,
And you're
whoop.
all aware that everyone else can
Yay.
hear you now
Everyone's in the group chat.
Hello.
inside your head, which is weird for you, Meryl. The rest of you are okay, but Meryl, this is really weird.
This is weird.
Meryl, can you please stop pinging everyone?
No.
Yeah, Meriel's trying to learn the controls at everybody, at everybody, at everybody, at here, at everybody. Okay, yeah, we got it. We got it.
Listen, I've had psychic powers for like 10 seconds. Give me a learning curve here.
Yeah, okay. So am I the older?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Anyway, so what are you guys doing? Do you guys find anything fun? We found the controls.
Yes, the void reactor is sentient.
Oh.
And it appears the void shields are the reason why we can't see into space, because we are no longer in space.
Oh. That seems vaguely dangerous.
It
Can
is not.
Inside the ship right now, sitting in the pilot seat. I can see where this ship docked onto our ship.
I
Look-
would be very careful with that, because it doesn't travel through space, it bends space around it.
Okay. So
Yeah, our ship doesn't do that.
yeah, I guess we can't just drag it along with us.
We can move wherever we wish. Do you wish us to follow?
Maybe. I know our doctor is really interested in your technology.
Our technology could be dangerous in the wrong hands. Is this
Oh.
doctor what would be considered good?
They knew your former master, your creator, and they hold them in high praise.
Then perhaps they are not of ill intent.
I have not sensed any malevolence from them.
I mean, she's kind of blunt, but I don't think she's mean.
Manic curiosity.
I didn't know that she took psychedelics.
No, not that kind of blunt, Delgar. I mean, do you want one? I could probably get you one, but
I do not partake, but there were those in my order that did.
that's cool. I don't either, but like
Cuts,
I know. people
cuts
that
to a
do,
tiny
so.
green wrinkly gnome, and he's just like,
Yeah, pretty much.
Thank you.
Oh my god. No, I feel like I should have been a tiny little wrinkly gnome.
We're just having character regrets this episode, I guess.
Wait, I can do that now. Goes over to
Yeah.
the circle, presses the button.
I know the doctor said not to, but what the hell?
Old and wrinkly I am. Very short I must be.
I mean,
We'd have to laugh backwards though. I like that. Anyway, yes, you were all oddly connected, which the rest of you don't seem that weirded out by, but this is very weird to hear people talking inside your head, Meryl. Normally, you're the only one that does that.
Yeah, I only know my voice in my head.
Yeah, and now there's other people, especially this really big booming voice that's coming from the
I hear the puppy.
Is that what that is?
That's not the puppy.
What is it? The cat?
No, I'm not making any noise over here.
What the fuck was that?
Something like ate a microphone for just a second. I'm not sure. But anyway. Well, Quetzalli, would you be able to give them the coordinates to the ring?
Oh yeah, totally.
Perhaps, maybe not to use you, but more as maybe as an ally. Could help you find your own purpose.
Perhaps we could be friends.
A different life.
That would be interesting. I have never had.
I think the microphone's thing is on your end, Blake.
It might be. This microphone is weird.
Oh, is it the one on your headphones?
Yes, the laptop. No.
Oh, I was about to say it might be hitting your nice shaggy beard, and when you're talking, it's like hitting the mic.
Yeah, no, my microphone out there would, but not this one. This one's connected to the laptop, so it might just be staticky.
In any case, so you seem to have your own independent thoughts. You are aware of self, yes?
Yes, we are aware of self. Although I do not think our creator intended such.
So you became sentient, then you weren't built to be sentient?
No, we
Cool.
were built to be an organic spacecraft.
Huh. You know, I think I once met a scientist who would love to talk to you.
There are a lot of scientists who would no doubt love to get their hands on my creator's technology.
Is there
Oh,
any...
I don't think she'd want to really deal with your technology, but more like I think she'd just be like really into talking to you because she's been trying to make sentient AIs for like a long time.
No.
Our intelligence is not artificial.
Oh, wait, what?
Our intelligence is organic,
Oh,
like yours, but
So you're-
larger.
wait, that means you're a living. Okay.
Yes, we are what you would consider alive.
What would you want to be called by?
Yeah, do you have a name?
The only designation our master gave us was DNA. In his departure, we have not thought about what to call ourselves, for there was no one else to call us.
Well, since you are what you are, I believe that is only right that you should be able to make your own name. Your own
We will
label.
have to think on this. We have not thought of a name.
My name comes from my home planet. It is one that we, as adolescents, did not have originally when we were children. We had to come up with it ourselves, through our own actions and deeds. Perhaps you need to do the same.
Perhaps. Since we travel through the void, we should be called one who travels the void.
That's a little bit of a mouthful, but sure.
Or V, for
Then you
short.
may call us one for short.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, one.
Changes the name of the ship.
Spells it W-O-N.
Alright. Adjust that. Oh, I have to write that he is now in the party. Or it is now in the party.
They.
It is now. They. It.
Whatever pronoun they want to go by.
Right, yeah. It's yeah. It's definitely doesn't have any organs that would identify it in any way or shape or form relevant to that. So say it.
If it wanted to be a him, good. Wants to be identified as such. But they, them would make sense by default. Well,
Well, this has been a blast and a half talking in my head, but I don't know if I'm comfortable with this for much longer. Cut to the chase and get to where we're going.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, we can't like see your thoughts or anything. I can't like go digging in your brain for your dirty memories or whatever.
Well, that's not it. It's more like
I can, but I'm not rude.
nothing in my
Wait, you
head.
can?
Yes.
You're gonna have to teach me that sometime because that sounds awesome.
It requires years of training. And with great power comes great responsibility. One of our tenets.
Well, I mean, my mom always said I was pretty responsible, so I think it'd be cool.
By the Knight Parker.
Responsibility. Is this like honor?
Yes, kind of. It's like personal honor.
Responsibility is completing a task even if you don't want to, and doing it consistently.
Then we wish to give you a responsibility. May you dispose of my creator's remains
Oh, yeah, we can do
in a
that for
manner
you.
that is accustomed to his people.
Where would you like us to go?
Anywhere you think would be appropriate to dispose of human remains from the planet known as Earth.
Oh,
I
That's
believe
nice.
the appropriate burial was cremation, but I could be wrong.
We can fulfill that promise, that responsibility for you. 1.
Then I will be in your service. When you need assistance with a task, we will be here to help.
all right. Just add that to the war table.
You now have a craft that functions like a bishop craft on page 171 of the Dark Matter book.
Oh. I thought you were going to make this like metaphorically like chess. And I'm like, oh, it moves diagonally. Yeah, I get it.
It, one who travels the void can move in any direction that it pleases.
It moves diagonally, so it can go like between things. I don't know, whatever. I'm looking too far into
it could do that if it wants. But yes, it has 2 Scorchers, just like the Bishop class craft on page 171. Its systems contain a communications array, life support probe, sensors. It has a piloting system, which Meriel is currently using. It has lots of bunks. It can hold up to 11 passengers and a captain. It only needs the captain. It does not need anyone operating any other system. In other words, one person could pilot this craft by themselves.
Cool.
It has a shield generator. It has a shuttle. Its reactor is a void matter reactor, but you know that it is the equivalence of a dark matter reactor level 3. However, it does not seem to use dark matter, so it may function in a dead magic zone, which is something that you needed to complete parts of this particular adventure that you know you're on. So this craft could perhaps be very, very useful in the future. Because you know of 2 in particular dead magic zones that you have to get through. 1 surrounds the galactic ooze, and 2 surrounds some sort of communications problem that seems to be staticking the verse up. You know, you traced it in one of the previous adventures back to some strange location in a dead magic zone.
It literally has, in one of its features, diagonal movement.
Yes. It has a cargo area, which is that you saw it in the beginning. It's hidden in the floor there.
Mm-hmm.
It opens up to a cargo bay area down there where you can store things. It has an arcane cannon and 2 Scorchers. It also has the DNA recombinator, several laboratories in that same area as the recombinator, and a sick bay.
Sick. I made that joke already. Never mind.
So funny the second time.
Oh,
And it has 8 life pods. These life pods could potentially contain someone in stasis for long ventures of some sort, or maybe keep them alive if they're dying.
do you need a pilot in order to move?
We have moved on our own without a pilot, although our skills are not that of someone who has piloted before. The
Mara,
equivalence would be a child learning to walk. Only in this case, you may carry us wherever you wish in a manner that is perhaps more efficient than my own movement. We are good with straight lines on our own.
This will put a delay in our plans, but I believe that this would probably be for the better if we head back to the ring world.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
We have your coordinates. Pilot, do you wish to move us there?
I'll do my best.
Give me a pilot check.
Do or do not. There is no try. We use absolutes because we're not hypocrites.
17.
17. You deftly pilot this craft at its maximum velocity, which is far faster than anything you have ever piloted.
Have we moved?
This thing has some heckin' zooms. It also seems quite capable. Yeah. It also looks really weird looking at it from the outside because this craft is moving very fast and your psychic connection to it lets you see outside of it while it's moving and actually lets you move your vision of the craft around the outside of it any way you want to look at it. And it's very disorienting at first, but you quickly adapt to how easy it is to pilot this. It's almost as fast as thought.
Is it almost like a Quake FOV? Where we get crazy fish islands distortion?
Yeah, if you crank all the sensitivity maximum, that's kind of how it is.
Oh boy.
You're playing an FPS and the sensitivity is maxed. Only after you get used to it, you find it's better this way.
Meriel, are you doing fine with this? And it just cuts to like crazy dubstep music, and Meriel has like Doritos in one hand and a 2-liter Mountain Dew in the other.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Good.
This almost feels just like second nature. You're just like, you move at such speed, and it actually seems to deftly move even with your craft attached to the outside of it at the same speed, not even slowing down. So just to put in perspective, you all have been driving around with Dark Matter 1 engines. That's the equivalent of driving around in a busted Plymouth van. And you're now driving around in a Lamborghini Diablo.
Ooh.
So you went from busted Plymouth van to Lamborghini Diablo. You have a reference.
Went from there's too many pebbles on the road, I'm feeling every bump, to like, oh wait, we're off road right now?
Yeah. You're just like, it's so smooth.
Hey, One, are you still there?
We are always here.
That's
About what you said about going to Terra. I know a thing or two about that planet, and I know something really popular for respect for the dead, especially for those of cremation, is to scatter them over the Terra's ocean. It's not a particularly specific spot, but in a way it allows them to travel the world even after death.
Then we will scatter them in an ocean that is nearby. That way it is somewhere new. He always liked exploring. We traveled to many places. We saw many things. Some creatures as big as me. Some things more dangerous than I.
Just a thought, in case you didn't have any other ideas.
If you have an ocean on our destination, we shall scatter them there.
guys.
Cut to Dalgar
Checks.
just doing
Checks biome of Ring World.
Every biome is possible in Ring World. Weird.
Yeah, the Ring World has an ass load of biomes. Ocean. God, it's in here somewhere. There's like 50 pages.
Wait, the first planet we were on.
Yeah, actually, the first planet you're on.
I mean, Quetzalli wasn't there for that, but
Right. The first planet all of you were on from the most of you that are here.
Go there, go to gently put the ashes out, and as they're blown out, just freaking Reaper Leviathan just jumps out and eats them all.
Oh my
I'm pretty sure that
God.
you killed the only Reaper Leviathan in that ocean. In fact, the only living thing left in that ocean, and that the Reaper
good.
had porked its way through the rest of the
A
ecosystem.
Repo Lich instead of a Draco Lich.
Oh my god.
Sorry,
has
I'm giving
anyone
him
caught the
ideas.
reference that this craft is from?
it seems really familiar, but I can't place it. The way it talks, it reminds me of the fucking alien from what is that stupid movie called? Star Crystal?
No.
I actually am not sure about this one. You guys said Event Horizon, and I've just been thinking Event
Yeah,
Horizon.
that was my
but
first
It's
thought.
definitely
it's
not.
not Event Horizon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a sci-fi show,
Oh, it's a show. Okay, I was thinking
one that is
movie.
still active, has been for a very long time.
Well, then
Almost
it's got to
as-
be Doctor Who.
Almost as long as I am alive. No, Doctor Who's older than me.
Nah, this can't be. You can't be talking about Red Dwarf. Nothing.
Actually, yes, I am. This is inspired from the DNA ship from Red Dwarf.
Oh,
The DNA control, I referenced it could turn someone into a hamster or a chicken, referencing the Red Dwarf episode where the cat was playing with the controls and turned Lister into a hamster and then a chicken.
Didn't both of them have his horrible hair?
They were kind of fat, like Lister's kind of chubby. Yeah, they were kind of chubby like
Had
Lister.
his nasty, like he has like two dreads. in the
It's
back.
just huge dreadlocks. Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, no, that's the reference for this craft. My brother Jake made most of this particular craft's designs. The map looks like it's very strange to look at, so I'll keep the map. But you have the interior of the ship and the design of the craft.
If you can, I would like to see it. Like take a picture of the map.
Oh,
and
sure.
stuff.
It's different rooms and stuff there to look at.
Oh
I don't
wow.
know if you can see through it.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
Yeah, there's a lot of labs in the area where the recombinator is. There's a lot of laboratory equipment in there. That's what that labs is. There's a lot of laboratory equipment there. All
Well,
sorts of different scientific instrumentation.
I guess on that note, and us heading back to the ring world, Dalgar tries to find bed sheets or the equivalent of to put the body, wrap the body in.
Mhm.
And I think Meriel will be able to get us to that specific spot. Would you be taking us to the ring world's ocean biomes, or would you be taking us to that original ocean planet we were on?
I thought we were going back to the docking bay first. Are we going to scatter ashes right now?
You can. The craft has heckin' zooms.
Might as well. On the way back.
I thought the idea was that the intention was to go to Terra.
no, because Terra's full of replicators.
Yeah, we don't go there.
It's
Replacers.
it's the equivalent of like
Yeah, replacers.
being ground zero of a zombie apocalypse. So it's like, nah, we're
You
not going
could
there.
scatter ashes there, but it's not recommended to get within flying distance of the planet.
All right, then I think probably that first ocean world that we were at.
Okay. You go to the first ocean world and you basically can enter the atmosphere with this craft just fine. And it doesn't appear affected by re-entry. It moves a little slower while entering the planet's atmosphere, as if the heat is not comfortable for one. But it gets there eventually. Entering a planet's atmosphere is uncomfortable, but they do it just fine.
Dalgar
The
gets
atmosphere seems to move strangely around the craft since you're warping space in the atmosphere. So you change wind directions while the craft is landing and things move in very odd ways. But the psychic propulsion works just fine. And you land and are on the beach next to the hotel you entered that had Locathion in it and all of the alcohol yet.
Yeah, there were trees there too, weren't there?
Yeah, palm trees.
Okay, Dalgar is going to roll a survival check because he's going to go episode 6 with Darth Vader on this, and he's making like a big, the big bonfire prior thing.
Okay. You make a big pyre and
22 because I'm proficient.
easily make a big pyre and with a minimal number of trees, and just light it up. A proper cremation occurs and scatter the ashes in the sea.
Mm-hmm. Try to have it like at a perfect spot, so like the wind like blowing it out.
Yeah. There's a lot of wind on this planet since there's very little surface activity.
Mm-hmm. And then,
All right. Other than that, it's you've scattered the ashes, and you have met a new friend, which is also a ship.
We make the strangest friends.
It's a good thing none of us are Vect, or this could get weird.
Yeah.
Hey, baby. Nice haul you got there. I'm just thinking of a Futurama with Bender in the ship or whatever.
Yeah. The Bender in the ship.
Tubes, you're older than you said you were.
So then is one voiced by Sigourney Weaver?
Yep.
Yeah.
We shall merge our consciousnesses together and we'll be together forever.
We'll be together as one. Well, I don't know if I'm okay with this.
I prefer to.
I prefer to. Yeah, I prefer to.
And for one, we can't be a horse for Halloween.
Yeah, for one, it can't be honest. Oh, all right.
Not. Bender's his own person. Cute baby tapers.
Oh, lovely.
And then cut to us like going to the ring world after that.
Or we could cut to you going back to where you were before. So when we start again next time, everyone's ready to go down to the planet surface.
Yeah, that works.
That's probably a good idea.
One will just keep watch up top.
One decides the most optimal spot to be is in the very center of the ring world, which is the very center of the star. Destroys everything.
No, one definitely does not get anywhere near that star.
Oh yeah, you said
it
doesn't
not
like
a
warmth.
star. It is an Einstein-Rosen bridge of a portal to the dimension of radiant energy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Literally.
Oops.
It's an Einstein-Rosen bridge portal. It looks like the thing from Thor Ragnarok that they call the anus.
Yeah.
If you get too close to it, but it's so incredibly bright that you really can't see it well because it's the radiant dimension.
And yeah, if we get too close, we'll glow and then turn into rainbows as we explode.
Yeah, as you explode. Yeah. This is entirely too much fun.
Sounds
But
good.
yes, you return back to where you were, and I think that gets to a nice wrapping up point for the day. So we will pick up where we left off last time, and everyone will be ready for their big epic adventure, providing everyone's able to make it. If not, we'll do the other side quest I have available next time, because that one's fun too. So, all right, we will go into some plugs here. So who wants to go first?
Not it.
Okay, I'll go. Hi, I'm Altaziel. You can find me on Twitter at Altaziel. I occasionally do sketchy stuff there and drawings, and that's about it right now. I don't have a lot going on at the moment.
You do sketchy stuff.
Yeah, I do sketchy stuff, like Rob Banks
And Jacko poses.
and Jacko poses. Lots of Jacko.
Sometimes both.
At the same time.
At the same time.
Just Jacko pose and you're just holding a pistol. This give me all your money.
Assert dominance over the police that show up to stop me by Jacko posing in a thong.
Oh God.
Don't you
Over
know
your
you're
gun. How are you doing
Don't-
that?
don't you know you're supposed to T-pose to assert dominance?
I feel like Jacko Pose is the next step up. I'm breaking my spine.
Yeah.
Plainly.
All right. Well, who wants to go next?
I can go next.
All right.
Yeah. So I have a game every other Sunday at 12:30 p.m. EST. However, it's not tomorrow because it would usually be tomorrow, but it's not. It's a mask game, I should say that, because Vex is doing wedding stuff and thus won't be available, and she's the one streaming. And it won't also be next week because it's only every other week, and yeah, so it will. I can.
That's September 12th. I got my calendar up.
Yeah, and after that on the same channel, it's on Fractured Moon D&D. Also is another game that is a Lancer game.
You need to
I don't know the exact time.
On what day? Do you know?
Tomorrow.
Same day as the mask game, and just after that,
Okay.
like a half an hour or so after that usually.
Although I think we're kind of up in the air on that happening tomorrow still.
Yeah, no, it's not happening, I think.
Okay. All right. That works. Means I'll sleep in tomorrow.
There you go. We've been past 2 p.m.
Hell yeah. Look, the dog and the cat wake me up at 3 a.m. because the cat comes in and screams in my face about wanting food. And then the dog's like, I'm going to chase the cat. And I'm like, you fucking animals. I will actually kill you.
Sounds like dogs and cats.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, if he's really lucky, Amity will be really upset that I'm leaving for work at 12:30 in the morning and start whining really loud.
Oh, rude.
That's always joyous.
And then I'm like, well, I guess I'm awake now. Thank you. Bam.
Who's next?
I can go next. You can find me at Colliloquie on Twitter and sometimes Instagram. I post once in a blue moon over there. Not very active right now, just because I'm experiencing some laptop problems. Really bad laptop problems. Like I need to buy a new computer.
Her laptop is dead.
It's living
It's
on a
cobbled together
now.
with hope and duct tape.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Like I have that thing running by the fucking skin of its teeth at this
Oh
point.
boy.
This will probably be the last session it's actually functioning. Hopefully by the next time we play, I'll have something new.
Which will be the 11th.
The 11. Hopefully.
Either that or you'll be using my laptop.
Yeah, we'll both be on the same computer.
Yeah.
And once I get that new computer, I'd like to open up commissions again. So maybe look out for that. I'm in that Union Academy game with Hera, Alt, and Vex.
And Alexis.
And Alexis,
Alexis.
who isn't here.
Yeah, she's not here.
Not
But
here.
yeah.
Every other Sunday. Again, we're not playing tomorrow, but probably the next scheduled Sunday after that.
Which I think should be the 12th. then?
Yep.
Also,
I-
Alt and I are trying to become more creative with our endeavors and actually apply our ideas to something a little bigger.
But it's a secret right now.
Ooh.
A secret.
Leave it
Yeah.
at that.
We like secrets. Secrets.
What is it, like a secret agent, man?
I mean, no.
No.
Sorry, I'm just.
Secret agent man. I got you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll go next if that's everything.
Mhm.
So run a lot of games on this Twitch channel, Scotty Hood. Next game will be Wednesday with Rhyme of the Frostbane D&D. I just brain farted what was happening. I'm the DM for that, but it's really good stuff. They've been doing a lot of traveling around 10 towns, and they might be doing a bit more traveling outside of 10 towns and more of the Icewind Dale area. Oh, I just remembered. They just got done with a crazy encounter with a bunch of goblins, but they lost one of their team members and they're trying to find them. So
Ooh,
uh,
that's not good in fucking glacial Icewind.
Yeah, the glacial tundra.
Well-
Definitely not good.
they fought a bunch of goblins, and one of the goblins got away, and they have a crawling hand friend that's named Andrew, and he's gone. So they assumed the goblin took him or something.
Andrew.
Yeah. I didn't come up with the name. I'm not going to take credit for that. But yeah, that'll be upcoming Wednesday, the 1st of September. And I also have a Patreon where if you like the shows that we have on here and the other art I have, if you put $1 on there for monthly thing, that would be awesome. On the Patreon, I put upcoming art for stuff I'm going to be putting on the DM's Guild. And one of my most popular things is Zebediah's fishing techniques and equipment. So if you need anything for fishing, like if you're running Icewind Dale, I have ice auger and ice fishing rules and whatnot. So if you need that, you can check that out. And that's me.
And all of us are right here. You can find our tags below our windows.
Mhm.
We will hopefully see you here next time. So that'll be the 11th, and we go back off into space, hopefully for a next epic adventure with a
Max.
nice epic moment there against the Redlock Titan craft. But if not, I guess we'll find out what my other side quest was that we were talking about that we voted on earlier to do the ship instead. So now that the party have found a new friend, maybe we'll find out what that other side quest I had was.
I want to take a guess considering what you said about the other one, but I'll wait because I don't know enough.
Trust me, you'll want to guess next time. It won't be too hard, but there's a secret reference within the reference. So it's a double reference next time if you catch it for that particular side quest.
Okay.
So until then, we will see you next time, Space Cowboys.
Bye.
Bye.